I honestly thought the depression was just who I was, and I'd accepted it. Brain fog? I knew that empty feeling, the way joy just stopped showing up. But I didn't know that it had a name. Yes, even the days that I couldn't tell you why I was getting out of bed, and maybe the hardest of all was that I didn't even recognize myself anymore. The man in the mirror wasn't just heavier, he was gone. But then something happened around week 5 that I didn't expect. Something that scared me more than all of the cravings ever did. Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome to another Down Home Clean Carnivore video. If you watched episodes 1 and episode 2, you know the physical side. 256 pounds, the car show and the picture day. Day 4, standing in my kitchen, one slice of bread away from quitting. But the physical weight was never the real weight. Now, pull up a chair because this episode is a little bit different from the others. For years, I told myself that the problem was my body. If I could just lose the weight, everything would be fine. But the weight wasn't the cause. The weight was a symptom. My mind was a prison. I'd wake up already exhausted, not physically, but mentally. Like someone had drained my tank while I was sleeping. Conversations felt like work. Decisions felt impossible. I avoided them. Joy? I forget what that felt like, if I ever really knew. And the brain fog? Let me describe that, because people throw that phrase around a lot. It's not just being forgetful. It's walking into a room and standing there for 30 full seconds because you can't remember why you came in the first place. It's losing the thread in the middle of a sentence while you're still speaking it. It's watching your life happen around you like you're behind glass. I had it. I just didn't know that it had a name. I didn't know what its name was. You know what it's like to feel trapped in your body, but do you know what it feels like to be trapped in your mind? Then around week 5 on Carnivore, something shifted. The first thing I noticed wasn't the scale. It was the quiet. My mind, which had been screaming at me for years, cravings, self-criticism, anxiety, noise, just got still. And then, when it scared me, because in the quiet I could hear myself again, the real me, the one I'd buried under food and shame and self-hatred for years. And I didn't know if I was ready to face him. Let me tell you what nobody told me about carnivore and mental health. When you remove processed food and all of the carbs, you're not just changing your diet. You're changing the brain chemistry, your brain chemistry. Processed food is engineered to spike dopamine. Every chip, every cookie, every soda, it's a hit. And when you're depressed, those hits become the only thing that makes you feel anything at all. That's not weakness, that's biochemistry. When I cut it all out, when I gave my brain nothing but fat and protein, the noise stopped. The cravings lost their grip. The dopamine roller coaster didn't just level out, it stopped altogether. And for the first time in years, I woke up and felt clear. Not happy, not yet, but clear. And clarity is the door that hope walks through. Here's the thing they don't tell you about transformation. You don't become a new person. You become the person that you were before the weight, before the depression, before you started believing the lie that was all you would ever be. I had spent years telling myself I was broken, that I was weak, that I couldn't stick with anything. But it wasn't true. I was never broken. I was inflamed. I was even malnourished. I was chemically hijacked by food engineered to keep me sick. You are not weak, and you are not undisciplined. You are not broken. You might just be eating the wrong fuel for your brain. That changes everything. If you're still listening, bless you. If you've been riding a dopamine roller coaster and you've felt guilty or shame or depression around food, this is your place. This is your safe place. I understand your pain because I've lived it, and I've come to do whatever I can to help you find your way back to metabolic health, freedom, and peace. Stay with me until the end, and I'll tell you what's coming next. By the end of week 6, I wasn't just losing weight, I was finding myself. The depression was lifting, the fog was clearing, and I started to believe, not hope, not wish, but believe that I could actually do this. But there was still one question people kept asking me, one objection I heard over and over again. Now I'm going to answer that question with the receipts. If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. Subscribe now and ding the bell so you won't miss any coming attractions. In the next episode, we talk about carnivore on a budget. It's not the price of meat, it's the price of freedom. Walk with me.